Okay, right now I'm just gonna talk about my feelings about this current generation of gaming, and I'm gonna start with the PS3. Damn it, but whatever. I'm just gonna say I really like it. It's on all the time, but I got it when it was backwards compatible, and it had all the features that it originally came with, which are now stripped. Which is a real bummer because that's what really sold it on me is the backwards. Because I didn't have a PS2 to play on because mine was broken. Because I was trying to mod it, put a chip in it, and I put it back together wrong, and it was donezo. It was Dunions. So now I got a PS3, and the problem that I have with it is it's just not doesn't have a lot of people on it. But it's an all-in-one package, which it has the best value. You get what you're paying for, but a lot of times you just want to play games and you don't care about all that stuff, which is the problem with it. I mean, I like the controller the most. I've been using DualShock since forever. And first of all, I wish this camera would autofocus better, but what can you do about it? But yeah, I mean, it's just pretty sad that it's caught up all this way. Nobody's really been paying attention to it. And I think that it will eventually break out even more as it did last year, which was really its catch-up year, and this year would be another catch-up year, and then maybe 2000, like once they stop pushing the PS2, which I don't think will be anytime soon, then that's when the PS3 will really break through. Like the PS2 really broke through once the PS1 wasn't really being pushed so much anymore, and really makes me wonder, like, why are these features being stripped? I mean, the fact that you don't have backwards makes them have to keep the PS2 in production so much rather than just pushing the PS3 and be like, hey, you got both in one. And yeah, I mean, it boggles my mind. And now I'm going to talk about the Wii. I don't have one. I've played one. I like it. It brings something new to the table, and it's just something that we haven't seen before. And this motion controller, it's really cool. It's a step forward. I mean, the closest thing we've had since that is light gun games, which we've seen since Nam, like literally since Nam. And it's ridiculous that we've never progressed from that. We tried the Power Glove, that was a failure, and then ever since that, we just never saw it again. And Virtual Boy, that was just a gimmick. Now, let's see, like, of course the online and plays and being pushed, but that's alright. I mean, it's not all about playing online sometimes. Like the local makes up exactly for it, and the virtual console is good. And I think that the stores they're all basically the same. I mean, the Wii has it for its virtual console, and I'll get into the other ones later when I talk about the conclusion. But yeah, I mean, another thing that really bothers me is they have like 6 different kinds of controllers, and the only way they're really using is the motion, and a lot of developers don't really know how to do it because it's a new technology. I mean, maybe you can hold the Wiimote sideways and just use it as a regular controller, but nobody's really doing that. They have to like swing it around all the time. The classic controller that's not being utilized by many things, or like Virtual Console and Brawl. Wiimote Nunchuck that's being used a little bit. Wiimote sideways again. Zapper, it's only really used for the light gun games. Then we got the GameCube controller, which is only really used for the backwards games and Mario Kart Wii and whatnot. And then you have the Wii Wheel, which is only used for like one game right now, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, I mean, the thing that I really do like about it is it's cheap, but it's hard to find. I mean, it's sold so well. Why can't you get it out to the retailers? That I don't understand. But yeah, I mean, I like the Wii. Again, if I had the money, I'd buy it, but I don't right now, and I will get it eventually. Now I'm going to talk about the 360, which I think arguably, from a hardware standpoint, it's one of the worst consoles of all time. However, the software library completely makes up for it. 'Cause you got Star Ocean, you got Gears games, and all that stuff. Like, I want to play Star Ocean. I want to play Tales of Vesperia. I want to play the Gears games with my friends. I want to play COD with my friends. I want to play Madden with my friends. Like, it's a little bit, and the Guitar Hero and Rock Band downloadable content comes about a day earlier, and I want to play Banjo Kazooie and all this stuff, and the marketplace is a little bit better than the PSN as far as I know, and it's ridiculous that they haven't fixed these problems with Red Ring. PS1 and PS2, they both had disc read errors, but those were fixed within 6 months. This is like 3 years now. The console's been out, almost 4. By the end of this year, it's gonna be 4 years, and they haven't fixed it yet. I mean, why isn't this fixed yet? And now, I mean, I don't even know why this is. It's really a shame. And the Xbox 360 has the second worst D-pad of all time, and the only one I can think of that's worse than this is the Yobo controllers that go with the Yobo FC because it's 8-directional. The NES is made for four-directional D-pad, and that just messes up going left. Instead of going left, you're trying to go left, you go up. Instead of right, you go up or down. It's just a mess. But you can plug in regular NES controllers, which is fine. Yeah, I mean, it's a real shame that all these little things, well, not really little things, like the hardware issue is a big issue. I don't know why that's never fixed. And they're losing a ton of money having taken 360s and fixing them. I mean, originally I was going to get a Wii, and then I was like, alright, I'm going to wait for this to develop, and then a 360, and then I'm like, wait, everybody's getting the Red Ring, and now they decided to get a PS3 because it's got the games that I want, and it's not going to crap out on me. And, I'm not fully HD, but I'm going to eventually, and when I do, it's going to be awesome. Not that graphics mean anything. That does not mean anything. Graphics are just a little, like bonus. But yeah, now I'm just to conclude it all. The one thing that I hate about all these consoles is the only one that you have a reason of getting this and one of the two other ones is the Wii, because that still has the most exclusive library. There's not much of a reason to have all three anymore, not like the old days when main competitors were Sega and Nintendo back in the 16-bit era, when only a few games came out on both, and barely any, and then you had all these other ones like the Jag, you had the TurboGrafx, the ones that didn't really make it, but if you really wanted to play those, like a big variety of games, you could have had all of them. Now, there's not really a reason to have that anymore. Almost like 90% of the game, not 90%, but like 80% or whatever, come out on both, and it's just, why are you doing that? Why don't you just make it more exclusive, and then you get, now if a game is an exclusive, it's a big deal. I remember having the N64 and having the PS1. Very few of the games would be on both. Maybe like 30% of the games. And there was a reason to have both, and now I don't see much of a reason to have both. Yeah, maybe that'll be fixed. I don't know. Maybe we'll see that in the future generations. I don't know. But and another thing is there's not that many contenders anymore, which I understand, because anybody that tries to enter will immediately get squashed, and it's ridiculous. But whatever, what can you do about it? And I think that right now, with the whole movement to HD, everybody's gone nuts with that, and any game that has good graphics will sell, with the exception, I don't know how Haze sold, but yeah, that game wasn't that good. Not as bad as people say it is, but it wasn't good. Played the demo, did not like it, but yeah. I think the audio and the video are getting passed beyond the gameplay, and the Wii's really proven, it has the best sales, that the graphics and the audio don't matter, because it has the Wii, it's a little, has the least power, but it's delivering games that people like, and even though they have gimmicky kid games, the good gimmicky kid games, they're not like crap ones, like all of them have that, but this one, they produce the best ones that the kids like, and you even have games that aren't really so kiddie, you have The Godfather, which is awesome. You have Castlevania Legends, which is the only good motion-sensitive fighting game. You have Brawl, which is fun, and you have Mario Kart Wii, which is awesome. These are all games that we played growing up on, and I don't know why you have to hate on a console that's bringing the games that we've always liked. And that's all I have to say, because I'm running out of time. But I don't have anything else to say. Thanks for watching, and I hope you agree with me, disagree with me, whatever.